Hi, welcome to this, Exploring the Shoninki Part 2. My name is Anthony Cummins and I'm the author of True Path of the Ninja, one of the translations. Just to keep you up to speed, we're actually exploring the difficulties with translating the Shoninki. So if you've just joined us, please go to Exploring the Shoninki, an introduction. Okay guys, Part 2. For me, I'll be honest with you, this is one of the most exciting finds in ninjutsu at the moment. That's how do a Koga and Iga shinobi recognise each other. This, believe it or not, is not found in a Koka or an Iga manual. It's found in the Shoninki itself, which is from the Kishi Ryu. So in the chapter Toryu Shoninki, basically the correct way of our school, there is a fascinating thing. Now this chapter talks about different shinobi schools. It talks about different things a shinobi should do and what reality of shinobi is. Because I'm comparing these two books with our translation, I want to reiterate this is not an attack on these two books. These two gentlemen did very well to get this far. This is, I'm showing you the difficult parts and where people have gone wrong. In the paragraph where Natori talks about Koka and Iga shinobi, he talks about their secret promise. He talks about meeting over the generations or people who don't recognise each other and how they meet. What it means is Natori is talking about Iga and Koka schools, and he says when Iga and Koka ninja come across each other, they have a torch in their hand. And the torch, by the way it burns, they recognise that the other person is a shinobi. This means if they've never met, but they're both from one of the Koka families or one of the Iga families, they will recognise each other as shinobi. Now what I'm going to do first of all, I'm going to tell you what the other people translated, and we'll go through what they did. Okay, in the French gentleman's book, this is how he translates it. If anyone is seeking to prove his identity, let him brandish this torch, and all doubts will be dispelled. Now, there's a footnote here, and it says the torch is actually the Shoninki itself. Yeah, he's saying let them brandish the Shoninki, and then you will know you are from the Kishi Ryu school. Now, there's two problems here. The paragraph is talking about the Iga and Koka traditions. What it appears is that the gentleman here has mixed up the clan with our clan. So he thinks they mean Kishi Ryu. Now if you read the full paragraph in Japanese, it is clearly talking about Iga and Koka all the way down, right to the end. Secondly, he says, let it be the book, the Shoninki himself. So what he's suggesting is that two people who've never met before meet up from the Kishi Ryu, pull out the book Shoninki and say, I am a ninja, I have got the Shoninki. Okay? Now, no disrespect, but that is, I find very difficult to believe, because one, the Shoninki is generally kept at the head of the school and is only passed down man to man or maybe copied to certain students, not everyone. We do know one copy was stolen. Secondly, he's not even talking about the Kishi Ryu, he's talking about the Iga Ryu, or Koka Ryu, so they would not have the Shoninki. So I'm afraid that is an actual mistake, a total mistake. So the German one, he does understand that Natori is talking about Koka and Iga, the other schools, not his own. When different generations meet, they will for a certainty not recognise each other. But when, as proof of the host's identity, the guest is led to one family fireplace. Now the word here is taimatsu. Okay? But when, as proof of the host's identity, the guest is led to the one family fireplace that is endowed with a characteristic sign and any doubts disappear. Now, he footnotes this as getting it from Kimura, which is a book that was wrote in Japanese in 1988. And her theory is that there's a fireplace and there's a sign on the fireplace, and if it's your guest is a shinobi, he will recognise it, if you're from the Iga or Koka clans. Again, this seems a little strange. Yoshie tells me the Kimura book is a little strange anyway. But it means that you just randomly invite people in on the hope they're ninjas because you've never met them before. And if they are, they will say, oh, you're a ninja too. And it doesn't seem functional, really. So how did we translate it? Well, this is how we translated it. Asking what to do if another shinobi or if a complete stranger comes along without any recognition, there is a traditional way of constructing a torch within the clan. You should regard this torch as evidence, so that you should never suspect anyone who bears it. So, of course, the French gentleman's, he's saying the torch is a secret code for the Shoninki, the book itself, which there's no proof for. It's his own theory, and it seems a little strange seeing as he's not even talking about the Kishi Ryu. The German gentleman seems to think it's a fireplace, but the word is this kanji here. That is an older version of this kanji here. Both of them mean torch. It's handheld, Sengoku period style, basically torch in the hand. And this is what Natori is talking about. Now, the why do we know we are right? Well, first of all, the French gentleman is wrong because it's the wrong school. The second one is there's no word for fireplace that uses this kanji. So the fireplace is a theory by Kimura, which is footnoted. So it's got to be a torch because it says it's a torch. But the overriding proof here is that the Bansen Shukai, the Nimpiden, and a couple of other Iga scrolls all say, look at these torches. There's lots of different torches with powder. They've usually got pine, potassium nitrate, sulfur, different types of chemicals that make them burn. Some of them even burn with a slightly different colour depending on how it's used. So if two people approach each other at night and they've got torches, because you won't have them in the day, you know by the way it's burning that this torch, he is shinobi, because these were closely guarded secrets. There are normal torches which burn normally. These are ones that burn in a slightly different way because of their chemical compounds. And we have all the recipes for the chemical ingredients. So we have the recipes from not only 1 to 3 minimum Koka or Iga schools. We know it's a torch, and we know he's talking about a Koka Iga school. So, while the others two are wrong, it doesn't really matter, as long as you know now, and it just goes to show how amazing the Koka and Iga shinobi were in the mountains of Mieiken, and they were walking around and they could know each other without a shadow of a doubt. So I hope you enjoyed that. See you in number 3, and look forward to it. Bye bye.